Hey everybody, I'm Delicia. Thanks for tuning into the Cigar Vixen channel for my weekly top 5 cigar picks. Starting right along with number 5 this week, we have the Four Kicks Maduro. This was a cigar that came out a while back. It was probably their debut cigar, if I'm not mistaken, by Crowned Head Cigars. And of course, Four Kicks gets its name from one of my favorite bands, Kings of Leon. And this is the Maduro version. So it's featuring a Connecticut Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler as well. So with this one, you're getting the nutty, creamy, little hints of coffee bean in here, a little bit of black pepper as well. It's about a medium to full stick. It is available in some different sizes, but it's a beautiful looking cigar. Again, just nice little flavor points on this one. Moving along to number 4, it's returning to my lineup. This is the CAO ZOCALO. With a beautiful picture of the Mexico City on the band. If I'm not mistaken, it's the first time that CAO has been using a Mexican San Andres wrapper or any tobacco, if I'm not mistaken, in their overall CAO blend. So really excited to see this one. It is somewhat of a limited edition. It did come out in May. It was released to some different retailers, so hopefully you can get your hands on this one. I think it's only available in this one size, so it's for those larger ring gauge fans. I know there are some of you out there, in fact, because I usually do the Lanceros quite a bit. I do get the requests for the larger ring gauges. This one's quite tasty. As I mentioned, it's featuring a Mexican San Andres wrapper, Cameroon binder with Nicaraguan filler. And this one gives you all kinds of different flavors. So you get caramel, you get a little bit of brown sugar, vanilla, coffee bean. You get that natural sweetness with that little hint of underlying kind of cinnamon spice from that Mexican San Andres. Big fan of the flavor profile of this one. Not as much of a fan as far as the actual size, but again, personal preference. Keeping it going with number 3. We have this beautiful Oliva G, which is no stranger to the cigar world. Oliva makes some great sticks. This one in particular is more of their classic kind of milder cigar. Does come in different sizes. This one that I have today is the box press Churchill. So this is great when you have a nice mid-morning, early afternoon to kick back and enjoy a really nice cigar, maybe with a cup of coffee. Again, not super strong. They do have that nice milder profile to it. This one is featuring that very flavorful Cameroon wrapper, Cuban seed Habano on the binder, and Nicaraguan Habano on the filler. As I mentioned, it's more of a milder stick. You're getting the creamy, buttery, kind of toasted almond, little bits of nutmeg, kind of a nice underlying sweetness throughout this entire stick, but really nicely made and great flavor on this one. Number 2 this week is returning again to the lineup. This is the Rose of Sharon by Southern Draw. An excellent Lancero. In fact, if you can find it in the Lancero, that's definitely my recommendation as far as size. It does come in some different vitolas, but this is just such an elegant cigar. Great if you're newer to smoking, but also if you're, an avid smoker, you'll still enjoy the profile. It is very flavorful without being overpowering. It's a very elegant looking stick. Has a slight box press to it, little pigtail covered foot on this one, and it is featuring an Ecuadorian sun-grown Connecticut wrapper and then Nicaraguan binder and filler. As I mentioned, elegant, mild, a little bit of a subtle spice cedar background. Not a ton of sweetness, but you get a little bit of underlying mild sweetness to it, but just a really elegant cigar. Again, great for the morning time with that cup of coffee. You could also do it, with a glass of white wine or something that's not really strong, because as I mentioned, it's more of the not quite mild but not all the way medium. It's somewhere in between the two. And number 1 this week is going out to the Highclere Castle. Just a beautiful cigar. This is a collaboration with Foundation Cigars. Nick Malillo blended this one. Beautiful stick, such a nice looking wrapper to it. It just catches your eye in the humidor with the box, of course, it has the actual Highclere Castle in the background. So you get that, and then you get this beautiful ordained band with the nice gold lettering to it, and just a very smooth looking, elegant wrapper. This one, of course, is featuring the Connecticut shade grown wrapper, Brazilian Matafina on the binder to give it a little bit of sweetness, and then Nicaraguan filler. So this one, again, you're getting vanilla. You get almost like that vanilla wafer type of a taste bud to it. Light cedar, you get a little bit of pepper, caramel, kind of like the cinnamon toast feel to it, but just a really nice stick. Again, not too powerful either. I tried to pick a little bit more mild cigars this week for the lineup. I do get a lot of requests for the newer smokers that are asking, you know, what are some cigars that are not super strong. These are not incredibly strong. They're just very elegant, very smooth, subtle flavors on this one, but a really enjoyable cigar and very well made. So hopefully you get a chance to try all of these out for your week of smoking. And as always, I thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to reading all your feedback, and see you next week. Cheers.